So can Joseph Parker then, at the age of 31, with 4 world title fights on his record, make his experience tell? Experience in contesting contests in deeper waters than Kean, and a big left hook lands onto the Canadian's chin in one of the early exchanges.
Yeah, there was a nice shot from Parker there as he fell short. Kean, big, wide stance from the Canadian. This is a big step up, but he can punch for sure. Got his left hand nice and high. Some of his previous fights, he has a low lead hand and he's open to the right hand, and that is Parker's honey shot, money shot, whatever you want to call it. Certainly punches hard with that rear hand, Parker, so he has to watch out for that Kean. He's positive, he's on the front foot, but the cleanest shots landing from Parker. Oh, big shot, right hand.
Heavy punches landing across the first 2 minutes, in keeping with the 3 previous contests we've seen at heavyweight here tonight.
That was a good shot, Mike, from Parker. He jumped in with a long left hook, followed it straight down the middle by a right hand. Both letting big shots go. Kean's covering up well though, Kean, getting his hands high. Certainly works on his defense from what I've seen in the past. Knows he's in there with a classy operator in Parker, who lands a lovely jab and changing the levels again. Good work.
And Kean does look unsettled when Parker starts to vary the trajectory, going to the body and the head, putting the combinations together.
Oh, Mike, that was a crunching left to the body from Parker. He took that well, Kean. Right round the right elbow, round the rib cage. Lovely shot. Looks very composed, relaxed, Parker. In the other corner, Kean, he does look tense. A little jittery, a little worried about what's coming his way. This is definitely a step up like we've spoken about, but he needs to, like I say, try and establish that jab. That will help him find that right hand.
Eventful and competitive over the first couple of rounds. Already gone longer than 2 of tonight's fights. Wins inside the distance for Martin Bakole, Moses Itauma and Arslan Makhmudov. Solid jabs from Simon Kean, the Canadian, who's taking a huge step up in class.
Yeah, he's trying to let that lead hand of his go, but every time he throws it, he's getting countered, and that was a nice right hand. 1-2, he took it well, Kean, trying to land some shots of his own, but it's the difference in speed, Mike, that's really troubling Kean at the minute. Again, beautiful jab, so accurate with the shot, and again, the variation. Not always to the head, he'll drop it to the body, he'll drop the hands of Kean, then he'll look for the right hand. Very smart, good ring IQ, very good trainer in Andy Lee, who we know well, Mike, in his corner. Lending great advice.
And opportunities for Parker to take advantage of his successes with the left hand lead.
Yeah, it's just a really wide stance. You don't really see that often in the professional game. But at that point, most fighters would have looked up. That was a lovely right uppercut. Beautiful shot from Parker. He senses hurt, Kean here, Mike.
And you could sense the reaction of the crowd as well as the uppercut got through. Kean ready to fight back, but the uppercut goes through for the second time in quick succession, and with a minute of the round to go, Kean goes down for the first time.
Crunching right uppercut, what a shot! Knocked out, Mike.
Second uppercut in quick succession, and Simon Kean cannot make it to his feet. All smiles from Andy Lee in the corner. And it's a welcome win for Joseph Parker, the second in a row after a torrid fight around this time last year when he was beaten in the 11th round by Joe Joyce, but showing that he's coming back now refreshed. And Simon Kean, just as he waved Joseph Parker in, then had to be careful what he wished for and was decked with a couple of very solid right uppercuts. Brilliant finish in the end from a man who was quite simply, in the end, a class apart.
Absolutely, speed, power and accuracy. Really, really good performance from Parker. class finish.
Joseph Parker knows all about coming back from defeat, and this man, Jake Paul's going to have to do the same after losing against Tommy Fury earlier in the year, returning to action here on DAZN on December the 15th. So Joseph Parker getting the job done ultimately in very impressive fashion. The 6th time he's been together with Andy Lee, and that's a burgeoning relationship. Training in the camp with Tyson Fury in Morecambe in the northwest of England, rubbing off Fury. Fury also enjoying the company of Parker and Andy Lee and keeping his career and his determination to get back on the world title trail very much on track, Darren.
I mean, look, it's crazy to think he's only 31, Mike. It seems like he's been around for absolutely ever, but I'll tell you what, look, that was a very good performance against a guy who had an opportunity to really change his life, but the speed, the power and the accuracy, as I said, straight as that fight finished, was so evident. The class, levels above Kean was Parker. He done very, very well taking that shot, must be said, and he changed the direction of the shots. Wasn't predictable with the work the hooks. This final uppercut was an absolute peach. He threw the jab, the knees dipped of Kean to sort of avoid the shot, and the accuracy, the speed in which he threw that right uppercut was absolute class.
And it was interesting to watch as well, Darren, that when the referee Bob Williams had completed his count, Kean was still completely unaware of where he was. He looked at some stage as if he would get back to his feet, but that was the definition of a knockout. Yeah,
absolutely. Peach. And proper peach of a shot that was. Very, very good performance, like I say, against a guy who had a real opportunity there to change his life, come into this fight with real reputation, huge power, and he just walks through him. The speed, I must be said, I've said that so much, but the speed was so impressive from Joseph Parker, and you can see what it means to him. Very happy with his performance, and rightly so.
And we were saying earlier that there are some impressive numbers around Simon Kean, but it's when you delve deeper and look at the quality of the opposition. And this man here, Joseph Parker, yes, he's been beaten, but he's been beaten by the likes of Anthony Joshua and Joe Joyce and Dillian White, all of them in the UK. And he's got that win for the world title, the WBO version of the heavyweight title, against Andy Ruiz Jr. back in Auckland in December of 2016. And he is absolutely convinced it's not the time to walk away. Even after those setbacks, he is convinced that he can get back into world title contention, and he's ranked by 3 of the world governing bodies.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes 4 seconds of round number 3. Our referee in charge, Bob Williams, reaches the count of 10. Therefore, your winner by way of knockout. And now the IBF and WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Lupe Soliai La'auli Ole Mali Etoa, Joseph Parker.